Hey guys, here's Field here, down here in the trapping room again, and just wanted to show you a good deal that I got. So a number of days ago I came down here and I thought to myself, I might as well write a list of the traps that I need before the trapping season so that I can, go out to Gander Mountain and buy them. So I made myself a list, I wrote down the stuff that I have, and then after thinking of what I need, I wrote down the traps that I need. A little list sitting right here on the shelf. And one of the items on the list was that I needed 3 number 1 Longsprings. And that was something that I really needed because I need them for either like a muskrat float or like a bank set or something like that. Something for muskrats or mink because they're small little effective traps. Only problem was I wasn't really looking forward to buying them because they were quite expensive. At Gander Mountain they're about $10 a piece. So if I needed 3 of them, that was going to cost me $30, and I was not really looking forward to that. I was almost thinking about crossing them off the list. But last night, my family and I were driving downtown Waukesha, and I saw this antique shop. So I thought, whatever, I like antiques. I'll walk in there and just take a look around. Wasn't even thinking I'm looking for traps. And hanging up on the wall was 2 number 1 Longsprings. And it was very cool. Since it was an antique shop, they are the antique kinds. They're the Victor kinds, the very old, 1920s, early 1900s Victor traps. So they got the old chain on them. See, the old chain on them, and on the end they got this little peg here. That's the old kind, right? There, see, it says the V on the pan there. That means it's the Victor kind. See, there's a V there too, and they're both number 1 Longsprings, and they're in great condition. I went up to the counter and asked the lady if I could try them out just to see how good they were, and the springs are excellent. They were still in working order. The chains, I searched through the chains were still quite strong, and the swivels worked, and I set both of them right then and there, and they worked. So I asked the lady how much they were, and she said $5 a piece. So I got 2 of them. So I saved myself quite a lot of money because at Gander Mountain they would have been $10. And at a place like Cabela's, they probably would have been something like $15 because Cabela's is top notch. So I got something that, they're antiques, but they still do the job. They're still number 1 Longsprings, and what's kind of cool, since I like antique stuff, it's kind of cool to have Victor traps, kind of like the original traps that mountain men would use to catch marten and mink and stuff like that in the early 1920s. So it's very cool. I got these and I crossed it off the list here. I just came down here and crossed those 2 things off the list, so I saved myself about, $10, and they still work too, and they do their job. I'll show you how it works here. Number 1 Longspring, very cool. This is the small kind. It's got the very small little spring, very small. It's only about 6 inches in length total. It's a very small trap, so it's got the little spike there at the end. So I'll set it here just to kind of show you. Still do their job. One thing that they do have is that they're very loose. The spring rather, but the tension is very loose on the pan. So you have to tighten it up with a screwdriver or something. But there you go. A set. I'll just put this back here. A set number 1 Longspring. So, bought them at an antique shop, saved myself some money, and got myself some old Victor traps. So, they'll fit perfectly here in the trapping shed.